Real quick, who you got in this game, nigga?
Bengals.
Bengals?
Strangle the Bengals. Yeah, I'm going. I got the Bengals. I'm a fucking Harbaugh hater right now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? And I'm a Herbert hater too right now. I'm
yeah, why
so
this nigga getting paid? You know what I'm saying?
So angry.
So
I wish I wasn't had to be angry.
What did Ocho say?
I don't
got the complexion.
For the protection.
You know what I'm saying?
Warning. The contents of this podcast are informational in nature, and neither Chaim, nor Kel, nor I, nor Random Realness is engaged in the provision of legal, tax, or any other advice. You should seek your own advice from professional advisors, including lawyers and accountants, regarding the legal, tax, and financial implications of any financial decision you contemplate. Additionally, the information shared on this podcast is not intended to be a substitution for diagnosis, treatment, or informed professional advice. You should not take any action or avoid taking any action without consulting with a qualified mental health professional.
Welcome to the show, Random Realness, episode 90 motherfucking 8. I'm your host, Chaim. Here with my motherfucking other host, J. White, the Fi Guy. How you doing, dog?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, better when you give me this $10 after this.
Hell no. It's going to be a pick right here. Yeah, it's going to be gone. Those of you don't know. Flag. Holden. We got the Chargers Cincinnati game on right there. Just so you know.
Yeah, we got that going on in the background.
Okay, in the pre-show,
we
were chatting a little bit. We'll get back to how we really doing in real life, but in the pre-show, we were talking to NFL, and I was like, man, I got to just wait for it to get it off.
I got this cameras.
I got to get off my chest. Russell Wilson is a top tier. He's a top tier. Yeah, he is. Like, he went through some stuff, and like, the way that he's playing with Pittsburgh, some of these drops, these like teardrops that he's dropped from the sky and stuff, it's like, he's him, and his mentality somehow works there. I don't know how it didn't work in Denver, and I know that we had those episodes where we're like, oh, he has people that they need to have an appointment to see him and all that stuff. But then, like, when I see him,
you owe me $10
integrating with the Steelers, it's like hard for me to believe that any of that stuff's like 1,000% true, because they seem to be like locked in with him, and like on the sidelines they're not disrespecting him.
Right.
It's like they're like in it, and like he looks like the ultimate teammate right now. So I just wanted to, as loud as I was talking shit, I want to say, damn, Russell, he's flipped me right now.
In all seriousness, when he was at Seattle, I thought he was like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, he had a crazy, like, I thought personally, and I said it multiple times to like my brother and Porge, because he's a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga's like the best third down quarterback in the league. It's not even close. You know, like, he just makes the right decisions. He can make the throws, and it's like you, to what you're saying, how he's making these bomb teardrop throws. Like, that's what he was doing his whole career in Seattle.
Yeah.
For us to be like, wow, how is he doing that? It's like, nigga, that's what he did. That's how he won a Super Bowl.
And when he was with Seattle, it seemed like he seemed like the ultimate leader. Obviously, the handoff to Marshawn Lynch thing, like that whole, I feel like that's more Pete Carroll, coaches, owners, and Russell Wilson being willing to go along with it, right? So you can hold him accountable, because like what I think Marshawn said
like,
was
no,
like,
let's hand it off.
Yes. Right. At the time, it's like, well, okay, we'll run laps after this. It'll be in the next season, though. You know what I mean? Coach's gonna be pissed.
Fuck you, nigga. I'm in Maui.
Yeah, like but yeah, he's playing unbelievable, and yeah, it's when you see that, it's hard to believe all that stuff that was pushed through last year. Like, it almost feel like Sean Payton was on a smear campaign, and it worked.
Right.
But yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just been, fighting the good fight. Getting my ass whooped day in and day out. Fucking think I dislocated a rib.
You were saying
the nigga took a shot. Let me tell you my heroic story.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Helping My guy's in the corner, help down, jump. Dude goes up and under. Well, as I'm on my way down, he's going up, shoulder right to the thing. Pop, feel it. Oh, I'm on the ground. For like 45 seconds. Couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm like, finally get up and I'm like, because I've had dislocated ribs before.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
if I was there, you know, I would have been doing
clown.
some hoe ass.
Yeah.
I'd be like, are we going to play?
Right.
But anyway,
so going. I'm like, I get up and I'm like, I think I fucking have a dislocated rib, but like I could take a deep breath and it didn't hurt. Usually when you're like, it's like, oh fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And this other nigga's like, oh, put your hands over your head. I'm like, nigga.
Everybody hates when somebody says that.
Yeah, stop telling me what to do, nigga. You probably never even had a dislocated rib, nigga.
Okay.
So, need a second, right? Breathe it off, shake it off, come right back in the game. I'm shook, give up a 3, come walking down, irritated. Finally get the pain out of my mind.
Yeah.
Boy hits 3 threes, bring us back, then hits the game winner. Steph Curry'd on the game winner. You know I turned around, cousin.
And you did some shimmies?
No, because I had to make sure it went in after I turned around.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't like you, but And the nigga whose ball it was grabbed his shit, left. He was sick because I was talking hella trash because he called a pussy ass foul.
This is like a noon game?
This is noon ball.
Noon ball, okay.
Yeah, this is noon ball at
And he left.
He said skedaddle.
That's some hoe.
I mean, it was fine. We had numbers, but it was just funny because, you know me, I like to get hot and hectic in the art of war.
Yeah.
So niggas don't realize when I get irritated, I like end up playing better, and then I just ended up going off.
Yeah.
And so my adrenaline's running. Next game, take a bump to the rib, nigga. Sub me out. I'm done.
You're done.
I couldn't.
So, okay.
Me up.
Then you think you're going to be out for a few weeks?
Yeah, and that's what the shitty things with ribs is, like, unless it's like out of place, if it's like cracked or bruised or something, there ain't shit you can do besides just sit there.
So
and let it rest.
Because you don't want it to get touched. Mm-hmm. But like say, because like you probably are starting to catch your wind or whatever, like could you just like jog right now? Like where you stay in shape, like where you can't play basketball for 3 weeks, but you just run miles?
So I went today to hoop, but I wasn't planning on hooping. Mm-hmm. And then I end up having to hoop because they only had 9 for like the first 20 minutes. And so I ran one game, but I was like legit just like bare minimum, like just perimeter. I actually got a layup.
Okay.
But it was like the nigga was on my back. It was easy.
Yeah.
But there was one time I set a screen and I like put my arms out because I didn't want them to body me.
Yeah.
And then they didn't hit my arms, and so I slipped it, and the nigga threw it to me, and I'm wide open, and I'm not lying because I caught it like this.
Yeah.
So I was like panicking. I'm like, please, Lord, if somebody's collapsing, just don't hit me, nigga. Just please don't hit me. I rushed the shot, missed it, got fouled, everything. I was like, oh, thank God. Nigga, I was panicking, and everybody just started dying laughing. I said, I was scared. It was the end of me. But yeah, other than that, I've just been chilling. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Regular day in and day out.
Yeah, so in Dadland,
I was going to say, how you been on
my son and my nephew were fucking Kobe-ing it this weekend. And like my son, he had a good ass game.
Okay.
And then my nephew, like he just hasn't been like balling. Uh-huh. Like he just subpar at best so far. Mm-hmm. This weekend, but he had 5 buckets in a live ball game, and he was hitting it, and it was like banking in, swish, like hitting shots, and every time he turned around, he's like, woo, and I'm telling you, like,
yeah, the alternate, huh?
Yeah, and I'm talking, like, he lives to hear his dad say good job. Like
really?
Oh my God. Like he be on it.
That's fine.
They have their own little like language amongst each other, and it's cool. But he was a ball. He had never played like that, and
he went off.
He was going off.
And they're not on the same team, right?
Nope.
Guys, they're what, one age to?
Just 1 grade of difference.
Or say 1 year, right?
Yeah. So it was good dad weekend. And what else? We're switching daycares right now too.
Something happened?
No, just this one's closer. Like we don't have to fight traffic.
I was about to say let's put them on blast, nigga. Such daycare mishandling babies, nigga.
The daycare is fire. And another thing, like a proud moment, was like when because they were like getting all her stuff, the last handoff. And this is my wife telling me this is like the caretakers were like crying because they're gonna miss her because they like think she's like the like fire little baby. You know?
She's the
like,
shit.
Yeah, so they are crying. So then that's like a good thing, you know. It's like it's cool.
How do I love not baby J1?
Because if your kid was a problem, it would be like they fuck yeah, we got rid of him. Yeah,
are these or not? I don't give a fuck. Take them. We don't need them. We don't need these wipes or that formula. Take that shit.
Your kid's constantly biting people. They're literally
spitting
crying
on us, hitting us. Almost spiked him or her. One of the two.
Yeah,
that's wild. Well, that's good. How you been though? You been good? Just been working?
Yeah, just been working. We're like past a little pressure point, so now we're in the messy middle, coming up with the holidays. I'm taking off the whole week of Thanksgiving, so that's fire. Okay. You know, and then come back. Then we'll be up pushing into Christmas, and I think I'm gonna try to get 2 weeks in around that time. You know, nigga really be feeling blessed. Like when I think about it, when I pause.
And then think about
he's like, man, I can really take it right now. It's like, it's wild. I remember just like, and these are all things that are like 100% privileged, but were just like regular staples. If you had a job prior, it was like, oh, I'm the Friday, Saturday, Sunday person, right? Because there's the other people live that life, and like now it's like. I would be appalled if I had to work weekends.
You want me to work Saturday?
Like, and it's such a privilege, and like sometimes
people take it for granted.
I think people take it for granted, and so sometimes you got to pause.
I'm not gonna lie. When I worked at Sizzler, nigga, I never worked Sundays. Like that's the day I always had off. Like obviously, if they needed help and I wanted to cover, but I never worked Sundays, so I'd always have football Sundays off and could hoop and like literally do what I wanted every Sunday. Like what I love to do, I could do it all day on Sunday.
Yeah.
And nigga, now it's like with the schedule, it's like I get to make my own schedule and I can work 4 hours in a day, and but it's like you said, having the actual weekends off is nice. So definitely feel that.
So it's coming up. So we get off work on Friday, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna hit up my brother and be like, "You watching that Tyson Jake Paul fight?" I'm leaving work. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving work.
Be serious though. Who was watching it, nigga? Netflix couldn't handle that.
Netflix, dog.
I had to start trying to stream it, nigga.
Like do the fake stream, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what just happened there, but it looked
fumble
like a
for a touchdown.
Fumbles.
No, Cincinnati just fumbled. T. Higgins, welcome back. Bruh.
Maybe it wasn't actually. Hold up, they haven't put the points up on the board yet. They could be coming back.
Oh, look,
there. He's down.
He definitely wasn't.
T. Higgins ain't a person that's gonna cough it up.
He definitely wasn't.
Yeah, like he
was letting him. The coach was letting him know. Let's see.
Oh, he's down. He's down.
Yeah,
that's a freebie.
His knee and elbow were down. Anyways,
okay, so I'm leaving. Go ahead.
Netflix couldn't handle it, nigga. I had to fake stream it. Streamy, shout out to you, and nigga, even that couldn't handle it. Niggas
because Stream East is streaming of Netflix. It was a systematic problem.
But that's what I'm saying is exactly right. It's a systematic problem.
Yeah, so like even if it was coming through Stream East and you were like trying to steal it,
it's somebody else's
Netflix that's getting hit.
Right.
It was working perfectly fine on people's cell phones, 100%. But then when you tried to put it on the thing, I'm sitting there going, "Oh, this is a master plan. They're just cooking this up." They're like, "How outraged can we get people to be?" Because they already know what the product was going to be. They knew what it was gonna. They knew what that final fight was gonna look like, and they were like, "How are we gonna pull this off?"
Don't let them watch the whole thing.
Don't let them watch the whole thing. Fucking, let's drag it out. We'll bring it into Christmas, but they'll like just be happy that they're actually being able to see it without it glitching. Because did yours glitch during the actual Tyson Jake Paul fight?
I could watch all the fights up until the Jake, but on the prelims, it was still like buffering.
Yeah, the prelims I felt like was really bad, and then it somehow
my shit. I had to get on. That's when I got on my Streamies phone, on my phone,
And that's how you got it?
Yeah, but nigga, what? Okay, going into it, what'd you think?
Okay,
do you have he's gonna get his old ass beat? It could be a one punch knockout.
I was like, how are they gonna tell this story? I was 100% saying it was WWE going into it from
scripted
early on. Yeah, I'm leaving
Look
the building.
Look at the camera and say it was scripted.
It was scripted. I was leaving,
you heard the man.
I was leaving the building and the security guard up at the front. And I'm like, dog, you're gonna be able to watch the fight, right? He's like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm having it on my little phone. And I'm like, he's like, man, Tyson, I just think that, he gets to hit him once. And I'm like, dog, I was just telling the dude upstairs, I'm like, it's like WWE. And I'm like saying, how do they want a trilogy? Or do they just they're cool with the 20 million? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, cause if they're just cool with the 20 million, there's no way Jake Paul's losing. This is just set up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, why would Tyson take the fight? And I'm just like, he's getting paid $20 million to make it through 16 minutes.
This nigga didn't make that in his whole career of boxing.
Maybe.
Probably.
But like, for sure he blew all his money at one point.
Right. He was broke for sure.
And I kept going in myself. I'm like, why is everybody forgetting about the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight that we all paid $20 for when they did that hype up like Roy Jones versus Tyson?
And that was a true exhibition. I think
true exhibition.
I think all of these Jake Paul fights are exhibitions, in my opinion. I get that
agree.
They're sanctioned fights and everybody's pro debut, but you're going to tell me that the fight with him and Nate Robinson was a pro debut, and then the nigga he fought after that was a pro debut.
He bringing these UFC fighters that they can't
that are old and done. Right. I'm a wrestler. I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsuist.
Yes, hella old.
Right.
Okay. What am I trying to say? The Roy Jones Jr. one, they were like, they're actually going to be fighting. But when we saw that, I felt like everybody left that thing and was like, oh my God, they're old as fuck. And you could 100% tell that they were old as fuck. And I think everybody's okay because they're like, oh, Roy was in money problems. Tyson was in money problems. We each gave them, $5 million, $10 million each. Cool. Well, this will never happen again.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they have these videos of him hitting the heavy bag and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, what is happening? Why are people? I had people calling in saying, "Oh, who do you think's going to win the fight?" I'm like, "This isn't stop talking about it like it's a fight. This ain't a fight. This is a movie.
Legit.
This is a WWE
reality TV."
Yes.
What's crazy is that after the fight happened on Friday, I saw a interview where Mike Tyson is like, and it's when he had his face tattoo, and I don't think it was Roy Jones. I think it was like before he got old, like his last actual fight.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just not the same animal anymore. I'm just not an animal. I found peace and it's like, nigga, if that's how you're thinking 20 or 15, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You're even more out of that mindset now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I'd have known that, but to be honest, when I saw the Roy Jones Tyson fight, I thought, oh, Mike Tyson for real wants to box. He looks like he really wants to fight.
Yes.
Not like, oh, he's fucking old, but when you put him next to an old nigga, you can't really tell how old they really are.
Yeah.
But next to a 28-year-old, you're like,
yeah, he's old.
Like I said, that video I saw is like,
okay, they were genius in this though. Like Jake Paul is a marketing genius. His cause is purpose. Like he was mad at Dana White because Dana White doesn't pay fighters enough. He paying these all on the undercard hella money. The UFC fighters that he lines up and knocks out, they're making more in that fight than they
ever made
in their whole career. Right? Like so. He's a marketing genius. So like I don't want to discredit.
I think he's ruining the sport of boxing. Like, yes, you get, and everybody's like, oh, there's so many eyes on it. Yeah, but it's a spectacle, what they're watching. It's not the true form of boxing.
Yeah, because nobody would be taking as much because he's taking these fighters that are kind of like they would get killed by Shakira. They get killed by anybody because they don't have the defense and all that stuff. But he is showing that, hey, if you make good fights, people will pay money.
Right. And you can make more money over here is what he's showing.
Yes, right. Yes. And you can break bread with the fighters.
I just don't agree with people, and it makes me mad because the professional boxers or fighters or whoever, the athletes that are like, oh, it's so good for the sport. It's because you're making money.
Yeah.
Chad Ochocinco, you were on the first card. Yeah, of course, you're going to be like, oh, it's so good for the sport, nigga, because you made $5 million or however much to fight for fucking 9 minutes.
Yeah.
You've never seen once Tank Davis or Shakur Stevens or anybody be like, oh, this is so good for the sport.
Yeah, because for all of the boxers that are on the cusp of having their name to where every time they fight they can rake in $400 million, like Shakur might be willing to do a fight over here because he hasn't yet.
He's not that biggest name, right?
But Gervonta Davis now owns every fight. Canelo owns every fight. Once a boxer gets to that realm, they're out from underneath the handlers making all the money.
I agree. Two things.
Okay.
You said Jake Paul's a marketing genius.
Yes.
Was Tyson's ass out part of the marketing plan?
Okay, yeah. They're okay with just being outrageous.
Right.
Like, they're okay.
Like, thinking of it, it's like, okay, what's going to spike views even more?
Because people are like, dude, Tyson don't give a fuck.
Well, okay, we know.
Tyson we
know nobody's going to sleep, so that's not spiking ratings.
Yeah.
What can we... Mike Tyson's ass out.
Yeah. And
you couldn't get away with Jake Paul doing it because he's not old enough, right?
Yes.
Like there's like no way. Like, why would he do that? He's just trolling.
Yes.
With Mike Tyson, it's like, well, he might be warming up in his fucking Speedo, a thong.
And that's how Tyson gets down because of all the stories that you heard. He's wild like that. Here's one. Here's how they play it at the heartstrings. They're like, prior they were pushing the narrative, like, the day before, 2 days, they're like, Tyson can't wait to get back in his ring because to his kids he's a nobody. This gives him a chance to show his kids that he's
even
somebody
said that too.
That's what I'm saying. He said it because he's playing into it because they're saying, hey, if we fill this stadium,
I'm nobody special,
and we get all these views on Netflix, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson can say it was the biggest fight of all time, viewer wise, attendance wise. They're not lying when they say that, but it's hella disrespectful.
It's not a real boxing match.
It's hella disrespectful.
Right. Well,
but they can say that without getting sued because they filled up fucking Jerry's World and everybody that had Netflix watched it that night. And you could tell that everybody fucking watched it that night by just looking at the internet and everybody commenting and we all have this common experience right now. When I go into work tomorrow, there's going to be people that I don't even think watch boxing like that are going to be talking about this, and that'll let you know they touched every household and the mission was complete.
Agreed. It's bullshit though.
I
feel like it's so annoying because it's like, nigga, it's like when you think about it, think of like hip hop. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be actually talented if you're catchy enough or eye grabbing enough. Just the view of you or what you do, like not your talent in making music.
Yeah.
Just this nigga fucking look at the nigga with the rainbow hair.
Yeah. It was I think what you were trying to say, it was terrible for boxing.
Horrible.
It's terrible for real sports, but it's great for entertainment.
Right. And I don't think that any of the cards that Jake or Logan have been a part of, like him fighting Floyd Mayweather, you're going to tell me Floyd Mayweather couldn't beat that nigga up if he wanted to?
Yeah.
Like, stop, bro. I get it's a money grab, but it's like, one, Floyd Mayweather doesn't need that money. Two, Floyd Mayweather doesn't need that money. And three, this nigga doesn't need that money. So what are you doing? Like, you have more money than both the brothers combined, nigga. What are you talking about? I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point is there going to be a professional that puts their foot down and be like, okay, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out. I'm going to take 20 mil and I'm going to beat the fuck out of him.
He's only going to get knocked out if he wants to get knocked out. The way contracts work is if I go, hey, I'm going to pay you 20 million. This is how it's going to go. And then you go and do some AWOL shit and you knock me out. That 20 million's gone. So there could be somebody that do that. Maybe Tyson Fury did, or the Tyson Fury's little brother did that.
Tommy Fury.
Maybe he said, "Fuck that! I don't give a fuck. I'm about to put a blemish on your record," and actually won the fight when maybe he was supposed to slow up a little bit.
Okay, the other thing I was going to ask is, do you think that these should be considered professional fights?
I don't know. There's so say fighter number 100 in boxing versus fighter number 150. It ends up being a sanctioned boxing match. They both suck, but it's still a professional fight.
I know, but they're not. Okay, this is an 8-round match in 2-minute rounds, and we're gonna wear bigger gloves. It's like, nigga, it's literally like you said, WWE. It's not. We're not. The 150 versus 154 or whatever, they're not changing the rules of the sport to make it safer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, because like if it is an element of entertainment, they should put like you shouldn't be able to bet on it. Essentially,
agreed.
Like you should, like his fight particularly, you shouldn't be able to bet on because it essentially is predetermined, rigged. Yeah. And so, as the governing body, they should be like, yeah, we can't sanction these fights because now people are trying to gamble on them,
right?
And that's kind of like a.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that's why I feel he picks lesser opponents and why he can't lose, because if he loses, it's the money train's over. You know what I'm saying?
But I think he had to have that one L on his list just to make it seem like real. So everybody was saying fake. But
it wasn't like a bad L. Like if somebody were to get in there and beat him the fuck up or knock him out, everybody's done buying it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna, after you fight Gervonta Davis or whoever at whatever weight class and you get beat up, you get literally beat the fuck up. To where your corner throws it in or you get knocked out. Nobody wants to see you fight motherfucking Lee Corso.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see you fight fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. What if he boxes Rocky?
Shut the
Sylvester Stallone.
That would be, he's knocking out a legend.
Oh my God, the best boxer in Philly.
I hope this is the last conversation, but I have a weird feeling that it's not.
Okay.
He's gonna stir up something somewhere that is going to cause him to fight a celebrity personality that we want to see or something. Like,
did you see what he said after the fight?
What did he say?
Called out Canelo. He's trying, before the fight, he said, after this fight, I think it only makes sense that I fight Canelo for the WBC whatever weight champion. And I'm thinking, do you think you deserve that? You fought nobody. You've literally fought nobody. And then after the fight, he was like, the guys asked him, is there anybody you would call out? He's like, you know what? I don't even want to say names. And then the guy asked about Canelo, and he's like, I'm not even going to call him out. He knows who the money man is. If he wants to get the payday, he knows who to call.
He's playing into this role. He needs to play the role. Like,
I just don't get it.
They've been doing it, so why you think he's going to break character?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Fight?
How you just said. There's a few names that make hundreds of millions of dollars in boxing. The actual boxers. And Canelo's one of them. What is he talking about? I'm the money man. Nigga, he doesn't need you.
I know. That doesn't even make sense.
When he said that,
as long, but there are probably people out there, they're like,
he's fucking broke, Mexican.
Like,
it's just ridiculous.
I do believe there's this celebrity boxing world that there's a way to I think there's a way to keep manufacturing money as long as they actually.
Can I put you on the game?
Yeah.
You know I'm a battle rap fan, right?
Yes.
There's all these beefs and fake beefs in battle rap, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Colin Lano with Lano Insurance. He's been a proud sponsor of the Random Realness podcast for over a year now. Call Colin if you need home, auto, life, boat, motorcycle, or jewelry insurance.
Call Colin. If you live in Idaho, Utah, Montana, or Oregon, call Colin. Where? 208-639-0412. Call
one of the battle rappers, Shotgun Suge. Shout out to Shotgun Suge.
Okay.
From New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, yep, okay.
He started a league where battle rappers sign up and fight each other, box each other. Like 5 2-minute rounds or 1 minute rounds or some shit like that. 2-minute rounds with a minute in between or something.
Yeah.
And they just duke it out and they get paid obviously because he records it and sells it. But it's like, nigga, this is actually like niggas don't like each other.
Yeah.
Like this is actually, I would pay for this. This is actually fire.
Is it? I mean,
like niggas, yeah.
Okay.
His first event, a bunch of the fights got canceled just because niggas didn't realize that there's going to be like blood pressure tests, and a lot of people had high blood pressure, and it's from like being like amped up and going, and some people like drove there the day of, you know, so if they've been in the car for 6 hours and then get out and they're
so if you have high blood pressure, they won't let you fight in the fight. Is that
that's what apparently, I don't know, but it's dope because it's like actual boxing, you know, it's like, oh, a little animosity, they're like really fighting, a little bit of bread is in it, you know, it's like, okay, go crazy.
I think that they could do this with celebrities.
And that's what
too.
I was gonna say is, nigga, if battle rappers, they're celebrities, but they're not even close to like actual celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like, think Nick Young fights D'Angelo. What's his name? D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
From they fight each other.
Over that beef from the locker room.
And you want to fucking leak my video of me talking about bagging bitches. Yeah. While I'm trying to.
He's like, keep my name, my slaps you.
Right. Draymond versus Jordan Poole.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, get your fair fade. Nobody's gonna get hurt,
and you're gonna get a bag. You can get 20. I get 20. Whoever
at the very minimum, nigga, get a couple mil.
Yeah,
the very minimum.
At the very minimum,
depending on the size of name.
Jake Paul that last night, if he's paying Tyson 20. He's making 80.
I was gonna say he's making at least double to triple that at the very least.
Exactly. So it's like if they keep this realm the way it is, it's like, would you be willing to risk your ego for the 20? Because like these things, if they really went down at the end of it, you need to know like, oh, Draymond beat your ass. You know, there's no more. It was in practice. It was
there ain't shit he could have done in practice.
Yeah, like
even if the nigga would have swung first, he was getting fucked up.
Yes,
right. But yeah, I think, and that's why I brought up the battle rap thing, because it's like if these people can do it and make money and get paid thousands of dollars,
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a battle rapper who's throwing it. It's not a fucking nigga who put $1 million into it or had sponsors that had 10 million
that can get him on Netflix or whatever.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, obviously Jake Paul's showing you if you have a name, it doesn't matter what you want to do as long as you market it right.
Yeah.
That's legit what it is showing. And can I get a gun? I don't even want to sound like a hater. Shout out to Jake Paul because he's taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? Look back 5 years ago when he's fucking doing TikTok dances on his YouTube channel and weird shit. And now he's like legit stays in the gym. Yeah. That nigga's a full blown boxer.
Yeah. I was wondering if they're doing drug tests because of the amount of. From the last fight to this, I'm sitting there like...
That's what I said too. I said he looked heavy. That boy looked a little roided up.
Yeah. Like...
Nigga got stocky out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
thought the same thing too, especially at the face off before the like weigh in and stuff. I was like, damn, that nigga look big.
And on that when they showed when Tyson slapped him, I'm like, but you see how little Tyson looks next to him? I'm like, dude, this is a 60-year-old man, and this is a 27
in his prime. Primal form.
Okay. At work, I had to break it down to the person that I was talking to like this. I said, if you're 18-year-old buck and you beat your dad's ass at 40, that's a win. Mm-hmm. But if you beat your dad at 60, it's not a win.
Right.
It's just like at that time, like it was the passing of the guard was going to happen.
Right. You were supposed to.
Yeah. 40 on 18 is cool. 50, if you get your dad at 50, he probably lost it a tad bit early. Maybe. Maybe. But like fucking... If you knock your dad at 60, it's not good.
You should feel bad.
Yeah, like, and the people that are into the fighting their dads, it's not something that I think happens. But I'm saying they probably tried to do it when they were 17 and lost. They probably came back again at 25 and maybe lost. But when they got to 30 or whatever, it was like they finally did it, and it was like.
Yeah, that one of my favorite things that I like heard during the whole like process of the fight before and after was they were interviewing them both, and the lady asked Jake Paul, "How you get ready to fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson?" And he like answering like, "Oh, I'm just working and da-da-da." And then it's like, "Mike, how would you prepare to fight a 60-year-old man?" He's like, "I wouldn't fight a 60-year-old man."
He just stopped.
Exactly, nigga. That's the point.
Yeah,
and that's what made me think that it wasn't a spectacle.
Okay,
right? Because based off of him, like this nigga thinks it's a joke, and like the disrespect that he has for his elders and blah blah blah. It's like, oh, Mike Tyson doesn't. Mike wouldn't do that.
But that's where it goes back to it's a genius marketing,
right?
Because they place these answers. They do. Here's another thing. They paid Lennox Lewis to say this. Mm-hmm. I'm sure somebody sent me this text before the fight. It said Lennox Lewis just said he feels sorry for Jake Paul. They asked why. He said, because when Mike gets in the ring, he's going to go forward and Jake's head will be going backwards. So Lennox Lewis putting out a tweet in the world saying this. Kind of backing that Tyson could knock this dude out at 60.
But at what point are we giving him too much credit for marketing? You know what I'm saying? Because like I seen everybody, like legit everybody posting, "Oh, I got money on Mike. I put 20,000 on Mike. I put 10 on Mike." Fucking Frito Star. That nigga was
okay,
but that's what I'm saying.
It gets like, so fucking deep.
That's what I'm saying. Is so how deep does it get?
Because DraftKings will be like, "Oh, we want in on this too." We went on this too. Yeah. If Tyson loses, they all clean up all the money.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
They all clean up all the money.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing is that they're saying, "Oh, we put money on Tyson."
Everybody they were able to trick, they took all the money. And I'm talking, I got phone calls of people being like, "Oh, Tyson's going to whoop his ass." And I'm like, did you put money on it? So the fight kicks off. I'm with my brother. And somebody goes, "I put $150 on Tyson," and me and my brother were like,
"Why?"
We go, "I hope the person on the other side of the call just took your money, right, and didn't actually go place it because he called in to get it placed. I hope they just
took your money,
in the intermediary, just took your money." But think about it. All over the world, people felt that way because the odds were like plus like 200 or 180. So they're thinking, "Oh, I put the 100 in."
You didn't even want to go with the guarantee. We already talked about it. You didn't want to go with the guarantee
because it's not worth the risk. But the people that got.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So say it's $100, right? 110, whatever, to win 100.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
How is, say, another $100 or $140 not worth 40 more percent or 49 more percent?
That's just how I roll with it.
Okay.
That's just how I roll with it. Because gambling is gambling. It's like trying to stock trade. It's just gambling. It's like you're trying to predict the future, and it's like not.
Right.
So if I'm going into anything like that, I like it to be in the
more even
100 for 100.
Gotcha.
Right. Like
right.
so.
Fair
So
balance.
if I ever see something on like say it's like Cowboys versus Say a year ago.
Don't use that.
I'm going to say a year ago or
use
something.
Alabama or something.
Yeah, Alabama.
Golden State or something.
Okay, yeah. So let's say Alabama versus Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like, Bama minus 300. But then I'm walking around in the world and there's a Mississippi State fan person that's talking smack, right? Or talking shit. And he's like, "I'll bet you." I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take the money. But I wouldn't go on the website and do it at the minus 300. But if somebody's willing to say, "Oh, fuck all the odds," and I just want to do heads up for 100 for 100.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat all those up that I could get. Right. And so, yeah, once they put the odds on it and put the makers on it, that is bringing it to equilibrium. If it says that they're like 100 makes it a 50-50 game. If it's 150, it's like 2-3. If it's 300, so like what that is saying is if they played 10 times, that team could possibly win 2 games. Mm-hmm. And so it's when you place that down, like the day could be the 2 games, right? Because it's any given Sunday. That's why they say that kind of stuff.
This thing is so funny.
And that's the fucked up part. That's why I wouldn't do those odds where they're just like kicking back, just like it's not 1 for 1. Because if it happens to be that trash day, you go to 0.
If it happens to be that 1%.
If it happens to be, you go to 0. There ain't no like, oh.
Nigga said Appalachian State happens every year.
To somebody it does. Okay, can we talk about last night, Vampire Cougs? Who? BYU.
Oh god.
Vampire Cougs, because they play late at night. But you could tell in the crowd, there looked like there were some people that were shook. That Kansas was 3-6 going into that game, playing the number 6 team. And some people, there was some despair. Like, they're like,
oh my god.
Oh my god. There were some Commander fans on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. You could tell in the crowd when you're like, the game's over. Like, you need to be going.
You can beat traffic.
Yeah, you can leave. But it's like, no, because there's some people
really want.
There's some people really believing that, oh, this is in the bag, and it's just not in the bag. So I wouldn't go above, like, say I shoot hundreds, right? Say I'm like, oh, I do $100 bets or something. I'm not going to go, oh, I'm going to have to risk 500 so I get my 100 back because I'm not 500 better. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I'm willing to take the 100 because if I lose, I'm cool. If I win, I'm cool. But 500, if I lose, I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to manufacture some story. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
who hacked our account? Somebody call the bank.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
there's your boy
Harbaugh.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Did you see the Bones Jones fight last night?
I did.
And you said you felt it was rigged.
No, I didn't feel like it. Well, you know what?
2.0.
Yeah, I felt like it was 2.0 in the sense of Bones Jones has been, I think he fought like 6 months ago or something like this. But they are fighting him against, I don't even know how to pronounce the dude's name. Stipe. And we're like talking about this fight and we're seeing like we see the odds. It's like he's plus 450, but they're like, he's a champ. And some people were like, oh, I'm maybe consider it. And I'm like, oh, when's the last time he fought? And we're like looking up the thing and it's like, oh, his last like 8 fights are championship fights. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Right. But I'm like, but when was the actual date of the last fight that he fought? Right. 2021. Okay. So Bones Jones is in his flow and this dude, he's a champion from a long time ago. And they're like, oh, Bones Jones struggles with big people. Yeah, big people that have been fighting, but he ain't fought in 3 years. It's like Michael Vick going to prison and coming back. He wasn't good right away. Mm-hmm. Like if this guy keeps fighting, maybe he could be like decent in a couple fights. But your first fight back, you're fighting the best Bones Jones. Like that's a setup from fucking.
But I feel like Bones Jones had a 2 to 3 year gap where he wasn't fighting either before his last fight. Because he stayed in trouble every time.
He did stay in trouble, but he's been fighting.
Cormier, the nigga would get, nigga had cocaine in the system or whatever, and it's like then he'd be gone for a year or two, and then.
But he hasn't had that long of a break since this one. Let's see. Oh,
all I know is, nigga, if you kick me like that.
That's hella fucking funny.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, everybody heard that.
Nigga. He kicked him so hard after he said, I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm done. Thank you.
He's like, I got a bag. And Dana White's one of the fucking worst when it comes to setting up these things. Like, he oh my gosh. So when Jake Paul is competing against Dana White because he thinks Dana White's a piece of shit because he
doesn't pay, right. You want to be a billionaire and not pay niggas.
And he's smart because he's like, oh, there's people just dying to get in here and get knocked out or become a champ. So I don't have to pay a premium for contenders. Right. And then I can underpay my champions because there's no other place for them to go. So he has like a corner on the market. Right. But he's a whole piece of shit because he'll set up these fights. Like Bones Jones versus this iconic champion that in people's hearts is like, oh yeah, I saw him in 2001. He was a beast. He's going to destroy Bones Jones. Right. No, he's not. He ain't fought in 3. He ain't fought, dog. Like, where I need to get, I'm trying to pull up the actual UFC MMA right here. Bones Jones. Oh, fuck, ESPN be killing me sometimes. Going here. Click here. See my favorite. Oh, they make it so freaking hard to get to.
You're ridiculous,
Look,
bro.
I'm clicking on Bones Jones' name, and all it's doing is giving me an up and a down
Watch.
profile. There it is.
This nigga.
Bones Jones fought March 4th, 2023.
And what was
So
the
it
one
was a
before
year,
that?
2020.
So that's what I'm saying. Nigga has one fight in 4 years. One compared to 0 isn't that big of a difference, my nigga. 2020?
If it would have been Bones Jones's 2020 was the last time he fought, and this dude's the last.
That's what I'm saying. He had one fight from 2020. 2020 and then 2023, there was one fight. And then he hasn't fought since then. So since 2020, he's had one fight. And it was last year. That's what I'm saying is one fight compared to 0 fights in a 3 to 4 year span isn't a big difference.
If you haven't been doing anything for 4 years
you don't
straight,
know
and
he hasn't been doing anything.
Why wouldn't he be fighting? You don't go from being a champion
So you just
to
think he just stopped working out and
a 1,000%.
Please stop.
1,000%. 1,000%. You saw that fight, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, did you feel at all at any point he should have been gone in the first round?
I don't know.
He should have been. They go like this. I heard their nails. He said he's showing off that historically strong chin. It's like, yeah, you fucking signed up a Homer Simpson to fucking come in here and get elbows dropped and not get knocked out in the first round because he does have a threshold for pain. But
that historically strong chin. And the Jay Leno in there.
Yeah, like at not one point was John Jones threatened in that fight,
Bruh. All I know is it sounded like somebody slapped the shit out of him on that back kick, nigga. My rib hurt for him. He said,
yeah, he
couldn't even guard it. He couldn't even put his hand up. He said, just punch me. What?
I 100% agree.
What the fuck? So that's why you feel like it was all right. We got it.
And then I'm gonna go in on Bone Jones.
Okay.
Bone Jones, he's not the greatest of all time. Not even close.
Okay, who is?
He probably Daniel Cormier. Because he's fighting him. He's cheating every single time. It's not even a half cheat.
So
it's performing enhancing drugs every time.
No, it wasn't. It was cocaine 2 times.
Yeah. That's catching it, but that means everything else is rolling through too.
Oh my god, here we go.
Like,
dude, why don't you should just own a drug test company. You got the ins and outs.
Oh my gosh.
You know everything about everything when it comes to sports, the fucking what drug tests are in what sport. You're him, dog. Captain Piss Pants. That's your new nickname.
Thank you. Okay. Was he not getting suspended for it? Is he not getting bold-faced caught for it?
But how's it performance enhancing?
Because it allowed him to get his weight down. It's hard for people to cut weight. Literally cutting weight is the hardest part of fighting sports is having the discipline to make these weights.
I feel you.
Whatever. So that's the difference between champions and not champions. So when it's like, yeah, he's killing people. Like,
can I ask why the owner of the company who's seen more fights than everybody would say that then?
Because Dana White has no integrity.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Like, this is 100% facts. He's literally printing money, and that's okay. But don't look at him. It's not the same as boxing. Like, you know, I've been on here talking. It is not the same as boxing.
You're crazy.
The sport is not as pure as boxing. It's not. The standards of testing is not the same as boxing. Like, quit it. They're not. You can't compare the leagues. It's not. It's 2 different things. These are very talented people, but it's a whole different realm. Like, you don't have champions that are 39 years old running through people.
I saw a professional fight where it looked like one of the fighters was on roids just on Friday. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking,
it's professional fight, dog. It's professional. That's boxing, is it not?
But
is it boxing? Don't just try to cut the fat. That's not part of it.
Boxing. That is
just
boxing.
Because there's no spectacle in MMA.
In my answer, I just said yes. It's a professional fight. It looked like a fight that's like 150.
And you're gonna tell me Jake Paul wasn't on something?
No, I believe, but they're not drug testing that. They're not drug testing.
It's professional, and it's
because it's a sanctioned
so
fight.
pure.
Doesn't mean that the testing is on the backside of the fights.
So boxing really isn't pure.
So you can have a professional fight, but you could not do the drug testing.
So
they're not one and the same. But to be at the level like WCW or WBA and stuff, they add that component to make it legit.
So then boxing isn't as pure as you make it seem.
Boxing at that level, WBA, WBC.
You don't get to take away the levels.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
There is levels. And if people can't talk in context or they can't talk the nuances of sports, that's where it's like you're trying to blanket it and it's trash.
It's not blanketing it. It's part of the boxing. If there was MMA that was a spectacle where you'd be like, oh, they don't even.
So D3 football is the same as D1 football? No, because you can take steroids in D3, but you can't take steroids in D1.
you can take steroids in D3.
1,000%. They don't drug test it in that league like that. It's not to the same standard. So yes, they do. At that level, they're taking steroids, and it's okay because it's not at the same level. There's not as much riding on it.
But that's different. We're not talking about levels. Is it professional boxing or not? You're just saying they're not doing drug tests. That doesn't make it not professional.
If I go down to Vista Boxing, they can get me in a professional fight like within a couple weeks because there's professional fights at all different levels. Friday night fights downtown at the Grove is professional fighting, but it's not the same as UFC, but it's still professional fighting, and that's where Jake Paul and them fell under. Is a professional fight, but it's not falling under the same fighting as Nevada fucking boxing sanctioned it. They're like, no, we're not going to sanction this shit. They had to probably go to fucking North Dakota State fucking sanction to get them to sanction the fight. Or it's like Dallas Metro is the one that fucking sanctioned the fight. It's not it's okay, the ones that sanction the fights in Nevada fine, would never.
Dog. We know boxing is taking over, dog. It's in good hands. Just walk off with Jake Paul. The Paul brothers got you guys. It's all right.
We went a lot of places on that one, but MMA and boxing are not in the same class.
Yeah, they're not.
When it comes to at least drugs in the sport.
Do you want to know who is in the same class?
What?
Ashton, Jeanty, and Barry Sanders? Or are they not?
Or is no. Is Travis Hunter and Jeanty in the same class? That's the question. That's what spurred this discussion for me. And then the piece that they prop up Jeanty with is that he's chasing Barry Sanders' historic single season record. Mm-hmm. And if he wins that, then it should be automatic.
I agree.
That he's winning the Heisman.
I agree. It's going to be very hard for him not to win it if he breaks that record.
Oh, you think that if he breaks that record, he will win it?
I think it's hard. Yeah. Just based off of how long it's been. It's a 40-year record almost. 36-year record. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely astonishing that anybody at any level could even break it, but that doesn't take away. Better than anybody. I'm a huge Travis Hunter fan.
Yeah.
So like you said, nigga, it's just something. There's been great running backs before, like Travis Hunter said. We've never seen anybody play both sides of the ball at the quantity and quality that he is.
Yes, it's. I believe that it's unfortunate that two solar eclipses are happening at the same time. Mm-hmm. But you can still compare the solar eclipses and say this is actually a solar eclipse that's never been seen. Mm-hmm. This has been however many years of existence. Mm-hmm. This has never happened. This one's happened twice. Mm-hmm. So just off of the sheer numbers of the rarity, it's like. This one it's a harder argument. And then if we want to, I feel like my pushback on comparing Jeanty to Barry Sanders 1-for-1 is Barry Sanders did it in 1988 in the Big 12 when the Big 12 legit the there. Right. It's not that it was the biggest, but it's like it's not like so if people would say that the Big 12 is down now. That wasn't the case back then.
Right.
He played against Nebraska. Mm-hmm. Like he played against like Oklahoma's in those times were like top tier teams. Mm-hmm. Jeanty's doing it in the Mountain West where it's not day in, day out. So I don't think you can compare the seasons to each other because you got the different leagues. So there's a little buffer there. Maybe if you blew Barry Sanders' record out of the water by like he eclipsed it by like 300 yards, that could make up for the difference in leagues. You know, like maybe that argument I could get behind.
Tell me, what do you give me numbers of a good season for a wide receiver?
In college, I'm thinking 1,600 yards. I'm trying to think of historic seasons. Yeah, I didn't do that research to think.
Okay, what do you think a good like touchdown number, reception number?
I would say 20 plus.
In college, my nigga?
I'm thinking. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I never did that search. College, Heisman.
Look up like Calvin Johnson or something in college, but just for
list of college Heisman wide receiver winners.
It's gonna be like 2.
I just want to see what it is.
But so this year so far.
Yeah.
At wide receiver, Travis Hunter has 74 receptions, 911 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And that's in 10 games.
Okay.
So he's almost averaging 100 yards a game.
Receiving, yeah.
And almost a touchdown a game.
Yeah.
And on the defensive side, he has 8 pass deflections, 16 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 3 interceptions. And most like top DBs, like if you have like 4 or 5 interceptions in a season, that's like prime, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's good.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, he still has 3 games left, 2 games left.
And what is his total number of plays?
Let me see. Overview.
How many snaps has Travis Hunter played in 2024? Oh, he's played 1,100 snaps.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He's averaging 114
How many snaps has
per game.
Ashton Jeanty played in 2024?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many snaps has Ashton Jeanty played in 2024. Check it.
Don't lie. Siri ain't shit. Okay, Travis Hunter has 475 offensive snaps, 631 defensive snaps. His snap count is 230% higher than the average college player.
That's unreal.
He played in the top 5 scrimmage snaps in CU history, including 149 snaps against Stanford.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you said, it's unfortunate that it's 2 monsters in back-to-back seasons. You know, like with it being usually it's Heisman's super quarterback heavy, right? And so it's like when it's a quarterback, you have the defining games or comparative stats, but how do you compare arguably one of the best running backs college football's ever seen to one of the best football players college football's ever seen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think when you say it like that, it makes it a little harder, right? It's like, yeah, he's one of the best running backs, but this nigga is one of the best football players ever we've ever seen. Like, I just don't know.
I keep going back to nobody has been able to put together a highlight tape like Travis Hunter's.
Right.
Not just in the sheer like, oh, amazing catches or amazing interceptions, but actually when they're going and breaking it down, they're like, do we want to have 25 defensive plays and we want to do 25 offensive plays? Yeah. You know, because they're going to show like 50 of Jeanty's runs.
Take a break off?
But he's like, how do we want to break this? We've never had to do this, right? We just go and get all the cool clips, but it's like, how are we going to put this together? This dude, we've never done this before.
Yeah, so this right here is super tough, and it's probably going to play the noise, which I don't really care much for the noise, but this is like super dope. This is like a Heisman clip for
Travis Hunter versus
Heisman. Yeah, his Heisman race shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, for those at home, it's him lining up at wide receiver, guarding himself at DB, at DB lining up, guarding himself, so it's pretty tough. And that's like, nigga, that's in itself, bro. You're legit starting both ways.
Yes.
I just think it's hard to, but then when you go back to the 36-year record, it's like, goddamn.
But this is a record that never existed.
I know. And
this is literally blowing the minds of every high school coach. Every high school coach that wouldn't let people play both ways.
Right.
There's only probably a few that will do that, like let that happen. And then he's doing it at college. So now it's like people, it's if a person wants to do it behind Travis Hunter, they are going to be able to take that shot. Mm-hmm. And definitely. I think that is awesome. Mm-hmm. I think there's probably some running back linebackers out there that would love to do that, or like safeties that could. I don't know.
In all seriousness, like I think it's equivalent to like, and tell me I'm stupid if so, but I think that this is like equivalent to how Steph Curry changed basketball. Like legit in football, there's not like there's not a 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not one play that can change the game. Yeah. But to have a player that can change the game, or like if you think about it, when teams game plan for Colorado, he's the most feared player on both sides.
Yes.
Just don't throw it at him. Make sure we're doubling him, or have one over the top, or know where he's at, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Like that's never been done.
Yeah.
Him being as efficient or effective as he is has never been done. On, like I said, the amount that he's playing, it's just like he's just everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
This is, I think it's the equivalent of, like kids now are going to want to play both ways.
Yeah.
In high school, at D2s, D3s, JUCOs, all that. I can play both ways, coach. Fuck it.
Yeah. He's the only person that could ever walked in Dion shoes. Like he's like football wise, because Dion has his own persona because he was doing MLB baseball and football and trying to, anyway, but like Travis, I mean,
he got your vote.
He got my vote. Just like as a ex high school athlete, that's all I got in me. But like he's doing what they tell you can't do.
100%.
And if at the college level, he was doing what everybody said you can't do. Like,
and I can't. This is a horrible comparison. When I played flag football, city league flag football, I played on 2 teams and I played both ways, both like wide receiver and safety. I wasn't like that. Nigga, that shit was hard as fuck. I can imagine playing actual football.
Pads on.
Pad tackling. Hitting niggas.
Yeah.
You're playing man coverage. I'm safety roaming.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I'm running 4 different routes. Nigga, I'm either running a comeback, a streak, a curl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and people are trying to give it to him. Just like they're trying to give it to Jeanty every time he hands the ball. But he's only played 500 snaps probably. Mm-hmm. Not 1,000 on both. Like,
I saw something today. He has, when it broke down, like when there's 6, 7, 8, 9 or more people in the box, 9 or more is the only time he doesn't average 5 or more yards per carry.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And they have,
having 8 players in the box averaging 5 yards a carry is absolutely diabolical.
Your boy Destroying. He was
here, yeah.
I seen it. And then in that same interview, I guess he said that he wants to go play at Cowboys.
Oh,
Cowboys, they think Cowboys would be at like 11th pick, and it's like,
what, did you take him?
Yeah, we take that kid at Iowa State for sure. Yeah.
No, U of I.
No, he's.
We know.
No, he's from Iowa State. Because we're not a D1 program
we
like
know,
that.
We know, nigga.
But,
in that interview with Destroying, he said, he's like, everybody makes it seem like, because Destroying asked him, he's like, everybody's like, it's because the conference he plays in. He's like, I got recruited from a lot of big schools. They didn't offer me because it wouldn't be the same. In all seriousness, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd have better blocking, you'd have better athletes around you. Like, you'd be going against better athletes, but you'd have better athletes as well.
Yeah, so it's potentially, but BSU is a big bro in that league.
Right. But
like
that's the thing is, if he went to fucking Alabama or Oregon or somewhere big, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
And that's what he's getting offered. He's not getting offered to go to fucking
and I believe
Cincinnati.
I believe that was true after last year. I don't think that was his high school story.
No. After last season, for sure.
It was like, hey,
that's what they
we'll
said.
Pay you.
He was offered a lot of bread, and he's like, it's not about the money to me. I'm trying to build a legacy.
Finish it up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he could, I think that he took into all the consideration of all those things. Like he's going to be the Kellen Moore of the running back position at Boise State. And he saw, he's still getting money, getting car dealerships. Everybody still talks about like this. He's literally going to be a living legend for
forever.
BSU
He
community.
can come here after he blows his knees out or whatever. And after he's 48
golden.
and he'll be the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here.
Yeah.
How you feeling about college football? Colorado making the playoffs, BSU making the playoffs. What's going to happen?
I think that this plays into the last conversation we just had.
Okay.
Fucking Travis Hunter and them, they got 8 wins. Like if Travis Hunter was doing this and they only had 4 wins, he's not winning it.
Right.
Jeanty's going to take it. But the Buffs are
Winning.
control their own destiny,
Right.
and that they can win out and be in the college playoffs, and that's even
Quick question.
Yeah.
I know I already know the answer.
what.
Colorado plays BSU in the playoffs. You trying to go? See, I already knew it, nigga. See, I'm just trying to live life, dog. You know what I'm saying? Some Heisman shit that we could experience. A hometown team playing some motherfucking a team we like and love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess I'm being the buff. I'm going all buff.
Nigga,
like,
I might have a split fit.
Don't fucking
A split fit, nigga. Fuck you talking
Don't
about?
do it.
I have an R. Kelly wave cap with a bill on it, nigga. Quit playing with me.
Yeah, I guess if that game pops up, I would
You
be
trying
down.
to think about it?
So the first round playoff games are at the people's
I'm pretty sure.
school stadiums.
Right.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
And then the next round is like the Rose Bowl or whatever.
Okay.
Orange Bowl, the Peach Bowl, whatever the bowls they name them this year.
Yeah.
Fucking, but okay.
Yeah.
But I think that's really actually a possibility just based off of the divisions that we're in, and if Boise State's going to win it, and if Colorado wins it, I think that's a high probability of that we play first round.
Yeah.
So I've thought about it. My homeboy Julio was like, "Yeah, let's go. I said, "Don't test me."
Yeah.
Fuck. But yeah,
But them tickets are gonna sell so
I
fast.
know.
Hey.
I know.
And every week that goes by, I'm sitting there going, I'm so glad they moved to the 12 team playoff, because it's just so lit. Like those games when they hit are gonna be.
It's legit equivalent to like the Sweet 16 March Madness in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's fighting. Like it's legit any team. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna go back to like before they had where they didn't just play 1 versus 2. Every single bowl game was so fucking fun to watch.
It was.
And as soon as they turned into the playoffs, it robbed everything. I remember as a kid, I'm like, I can't wait to watch that.
How are only 4 teams making it?
You know, like,
Right.
I'm like, I love to watch every single one of those games. And then when
niggas like didn't even want to go to the, like it didn't care if you made a bowl game.
Didn't matter.
We're not in the playoffs.
We're
not in a bowl game in the playoff. It don't matter.
The lunch table talk. We'll wrap it up with this. I was like, you know what would be cool is because they're still doing the bowl games too. Like they're still doing like the Holiday Bowl. They're still having
the Idaho Potato Bowl.
Idaho Potato Bowl, and I'm like, you know what would be dope if they would let the freshman classes join their team, because the people that are going to the pros aren't playing. Right? They're like, I'm going to train.
Let the kids that are out of high school come in here.
Come and play on that day. Like, bring them in to just like spice it up. Like, obviously they only have like 2 weeks to learn the playbooks and stuff, but
You'd be sick though, let one of your good freshmen get hurt.
I mean, it's potential they could, but I mean, yeah.
Don't do that, Captain
But I'm
Percentage
trying,
over here.
but I'm saying like to try to, I think they need to end those games, truthfully. After they get it to this 12, like maybe even span it to 18, but they can't go any further. But I would just leave off all the rest of that, because it's just
the extra bowl games is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like if you're not in a playoff bowl game, don't worry about it.
Yeah, like they're even going to be less discounted now that there's 12 of these things. It's even worse. Like, just stop it. Because if you care about the athlete, you would stop it.
I ain't gonna lie, niggas don't even care about it in the video game. You didn't make the playoffs. They're like, fuck it, send my shit. Let's get this next year on the road.
Seriously, like just end it.
Right.
For players' health, just end it. And it's fucked up when you watch the bowl game, the games that aren't that, and they do like a pano to the crowd. There's like 15 people in the crowd.
Literally 2,000 people in a 38,000 person stadium.
Yes.
Like, okay, well, the family's game.
Yeah, the family's game, the sponsorships here.
They got the band, the family, and the cheerleaders. That's all we got.
Like, just stop it.
Everybody's working their day jobs.
Cut it.
Or watching the other games.
Just stop it. We're done.
Oh, my God.
Kill it. Kill it.
Episode 98.
Yeah.
We're going to kill it.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm your host, Shane. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you comment, share, subscribe, comment, share, subscribe, comment, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit that bell in the top right corner, too.
Yeah.
My motherfucking co-host.
J. White, the Fi Guy. Remember to spend less than you make, invest the rest. Holidays season's coming up.
Right around the corner.
Stick to your budget. Hold tight. Hold tight. Your kids are going to want your presents, not your presents.
And remember, it's timing the market, not
timing the market. It's time in the market.
I said it backwards.
Hey,
I tried to steal his shit. That's on me.
I'm gonna slide it into the
Diddy.
on Friday morning. I told my son, I said, if you get ready, you don't have to stay ready.
Oh.
Somebody from the kitchen goes, I don't think that's what it is. And I was like, yeah, you right.
Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
He's like, what? Am I going to be getting ready my whole life?
Right.
Like,
just stay getting ready.
I mean, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Goddamn, get to school. Goddamn.
You know what I mean? Why are your shoes not on?
Don't drop out. Shit, do better. Be better than me. Be better than me. But anyway, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We'll see you guys next week. We love you. We out.